Good morning, all my friends and masters. Thank you all for joining the session. Today we have one of the guest speaker, one of the senior meditator, Sujata Madam. Madam has a lot of experience into teaching. By profession, Madam is a teacher. So we attended many sessions of Madam. It was so motivating and inspiring. So let us understand and today how to develop willpower. So we welcome you, Madam. Hand over to you, Madam. Thank you. Madam, please unmute yourself.
Good morning, friends, and all my dear other people who are with this program, and my beloved youngsters. I'm very happy to be with you again, and I'm very grateful to Ravindra to give me this opportunity to interact with you once again in this platform. We are today talking about willpower. It's a very fascinating aspect for every individual, not only for youth. Everybody want to always stick to that or align to their strengths through this willpower. But what is willpower? Let us first look at it. Willpower is a combination of awareness and mind's intellect. Awareness and mind's intellect. So when you ask yourself, what is my goal and how I can really connect to my willpower to pursue my life purpose or my interest area? Yeah, first we should have clarity about what is the purpose of our goal or why we are taking that goal in our life to move forward. So here, all these aspects are very messy, especially at this particular age, youth, adolescent we call. Adolescent means adulthood. They're entering the adulthood. So that particular age, everything looks so beautiful and so attractive and everything wants to achieve. But we can do few things in our life. We know that. Though we attempt all the things, we can excel in very few things which are very close to our heart. That's why when you select anything, before you develop that willpower, first thing I follow in my case, is it really enjoyable for me? Is it really give the happiness in knowledge wise and in other ways? When you enjoy only, you will select that task. But whatever you like, it may not be always gives happiness. And sometimes you learn out of it. But willpower is an area where you will understand this willpower will help you to go nearer to your goal. At the same time, it makes you very clear that do you have that knowledge and skill and other areas to acquire that. You know, for example, one particular boy, if he wants to become an IAS officer, so for that he need to satisfy two things. One is he should be a graduate. Second thing, he should have that patience and perseverance and give time for his preparation, and again he should execute that knowledge in his forthcoming exams or interviews. I've given a very big example of IAS, but not that. Even if you want to do something, for example, if you want to construct a pyramid, for that you need to accumulate money, you need to have the knowledge, at least you need to have the people who assist you in that task. So for everything, we have to see the ingredients or the materials which are really necessary for that task to move forward. So willpower is such an essential thing which takes us to our goal. And here, when you want to feel that I have that will in my mind, then you have to think two things in your mind, because mind is the one which actually always triggers one or the other thing in your life. So one is the awareness. Are you aware of your real purpose of this particular will to develop in you? And second one, the knowledge, intellect we call. The intellect, do you have the intellect to carry forward that will in a proper processive way? So again, if you consider knowledge, how do we acquire knowledge? Because in the process of that willpower to carry on, there's a lot of things. First thing, everybody will have willpower. I will do it. Because everybody, we have one or the other goal in our mind, and we think that we will do it in our life. Immediately two arrows comes from our mind. Can I do it? No, I can't do it. That is called duality. Duality is the common nature for people who are interested in many works. But duality will never exist in a person who is in a meditative state. When you are practicing meditation, here that meditation helps us to understand our goal better and to work for the goal with clarity. You get first thing clarity. You will not have confusion. So that clarity helps you to just take right decisions and enjoy the process of your work and with a perseverant mode and learn and to acquire the knowledge with whatever it helps you to carry that willpower. We'll have knowledge, we have that willpower, but even then, many of the times we say, you're not able to do, ma'am. Many times my children, my students, everybody, they say, we have that interest, but why are we not able to do? I tell only one thing, interest is different from willpower. Interest should have some other force, and that force should help you to work for your thought or you work for your purpose. See, for example, I want to meditate early in the morning. I can get up in the morning, but newspaper comes. So I want to read all 4 newspapers. So I will postpone my meditation like. Then there comes the problem. Everything we prioritize and we set things right. Then you never ever regret for whatever you do. So willpower helps you to focus on things. And every parent, every teacher, every senior or every experienced person, whoever it may be with age or knowledge, they say 2 words: concentrate, develop willpower. Focus, develop willpower. But what is focus? How do I focus? How do I develop willpower? A big question mark comes to every mind. Yeah, the limitations. First thing, we don't see the latent qualities in us. You all studied in your physics. Latent heat we studied, means the hidden heat, the hidden fire. The same way in us, we have that latent quality, immense energy. That innate quality, if you can trigger, you will find your focus. Because here 2 things, when you're focusing, you will understand whatever you are doing, you have to think only that, nothing else. For example, if I'm doing this session, if I'm thinking afternoon, I have to do for women music session and then for others health session. If I think that, I cannot do justice to this. There you are really giving your focus. That particular thing helps you to substitute your other things, and it just gives the good energy to your work. So focusing always comes by living present. And you have clarity. Clarity, when do you get? When you have awareness. You know, when I see a ball of fire, like burning charcoal, if I see that, immediately what I should be aware of. If I touch it, it burns my skin. That is awareness. When you are eating, feel that. When you are reading, feel that. That feel and live in present always develops that awareness in you. Awareness comes when you have that knowledge of enjoying every single minute in your life. Awareness you get when you develop a great and broader aspect towards the objectives of the surroundings. Your particular ambience always teaches you many things. So when you are aware of your whatever work you are doing, when you are aware of your thoughts, many people, they say, I'm just always busy with so many thoughts in my mind. So I'm not focusing on any one of the thought in my life. How do you focus? Because it's not so easy. It's very easy to tell focus and concentrate. But the moment you sit, it just wanders. It just go in its own way. You know, for example, you pay money, buy ticket and go and sit in your theater. The character, it just takes the remote of your emotions and it just controls your emotions. When they're crying, we cry. When they smile, we smile. When they fight, we feel like fighting. We are like mirror images. We reflect all those images. But when it comes to our own life, are we investing our time? Are we investing our interest areas? Are we investing our energies for our right purpose of work? When you're doing it, when you're investing your time, when you're investing your knowledge, when you're investing your energies, when you're investing your emotions, when you're investing your money, then you need not search for willpower. Willpower is there within you. You will understand it is nowhere else, it is within us. So when you are thinking, then we'll understand one thing. Willpower can be practiced. How we can identify that willpower and how we can practice it. Here, when the moment you think we have that willpower to carry our purpose, you will unlock your potential. How do you unlock your potential? What is the potential you have? Do you really think that you have that potential? Undoubtedly, I can vouch for all of you, my dear youth, youngsters. I love your energies. I believe in you. Not only me, your parents, your teachers, your mentors, your gurus, your bosses, or your whoever, the elders, your friends, they believe in your potential. But are you ready to believe your potential? That is very important. Others, they believe your potential. Others say, yeah, you do it, yeah, you will do it, you rock it. They say that. But do we have that confidence? Do you know your potential? I know I do, but I have no confidence because I'm not. There are so many other candidates coming for that interview, or there are so many other people, those who are performing on the stage. Remember one thing, when you are doing any work, you think that you are hero of that. You are the director of that. You are the sculpture. So you do with confidence. But doing with confidence always requires so many things. Acquiring knowledge as per the need, acquiring that subtle nature of mind, and acquiring that ease of mind to do the work. How do you unlock your potential? Because when you want to do, for example, when you want to give a session, when you want to perform a work, when you want to write a write-up, you will be ending with so many thoughts, and you will understand, oh, what to start with. And you just mess up many times, and we think that I can't do it. And most of the time, most of the people, they begin the work and they leave in between with a fear that they cannot complete the task as others. The relativity always takes our energies, my dears. Relativity always takes our energies, because yeah, relativity is fine, but comparison, when you compare yourself with anybody, then you cannot. Relativity always leads to comparison. So don't compare. Think that you are unique. You are doing this work with a lot of interest. You know, when you are asked to play, for example, when you're asked to play football, you're a very good football player. The moment you're playing football, you'll enjoy and you just give all the good strokes to it. But when you perform the same thing in a competition, you feel very tense. So the tense comes because of the intense feeling of winning and losing. So intense feeling always ends up with tension. So remove that intense feeling, do it with ease. But before doing it with ease, am I really doing justice to my purpose? Am I giving right time to my work? You question yourself. Analyze. Don't analyze others. Don't analyze the situation. Analyze yourself. Analyzation of self always helps us to understand better. And it also gives the clarity how we can identify our innate quality, that natural tendency. In this regard, I would like to put a small incident, what Osho mentions. Once, many people, they were asking Osho some questions. Some of them, they asked, why do we need meditation? Is it really so essential? Then Osho explained with an example. He said, I asked one man to enter one room which is very dark. But before entering the room, I instructed that man, there are glass pieces in the room. So be careful. This room, you are just starting your journey and you will be coming at the other side of the room. There is a door. You can come and open the door and come out. But be careful. There are glass pieces all over the room. Be careful. I'm giving a prior warning to you. Then that man very carefully was just somehow managed to walk with the support of the wall, managed to just move slowly, slowly, slowly. And he's not finding it comfortable because he has the fear of the pieces of glass. So he was just very carefully was giving his footing, and finally he just entered the other side. He was so happy. Then Osho said, now you switch on the light and you just see the room. And when he has seen the room, to his surprise, there are no glass pieces. Oh, I don't know that. Exactly, that is what our life. We don't know what are there or what are not there. So meditation helps us to be clear. It gives us clarity. It won't mess our ideas, to do our work with more intent, with more interest, with more bliss. So here, how do you get that meditative mind? By doing half an hour every day? No. It's not how much time you are meditating. 24 hours, if you are living your life with that meditative state, when you are closing your eyes, when you are enjoying your breath, how you are enjoying, the same feeling with clarity, with openness, when you are living every moment, you will understand the value of so many things. Here, when you are in meditative state, your intellect, I told you, for willpower, the basic things is knowledge and awareness. The knowledge comes from mind, we always think, but mind always works with heart, my dears. Emotions plays vital role in your intellect, executing your intellect. So the moment you are connecting to your spiritual intellect again, I divide into two categories, physical intellect and spiritual intellect. As teachers, as parents, as friends, as mentors, always everybody want to give some other knowledge and share their knowledge, share their experiences here, and you acquire knowledge by physical acquisition. All this mental, physical learning helps you to just go forward with some confidence. But the spiritual intellect, here I would like to say the spiritual intellect is the one which helps you to just make your will very stronger. What is that spiritual intellect? Let me tell you, what is that spiritual intellect? Spiritual intellect we get by three things. By proper intake of right food, exercising and observing people and learning from spiritual books and listening and following to the gurus or mentors. In our life, especially in adolescent age, we have four mentors. Parents, of course, they are the first gurus for us, for anybody's life, be it 90-year-old person or 9-year-old person or 9 months old boy. It is always first comes first, parents. Because of them, we are in this world. That gratitude towards your parents, that love towards your parents. And then comes your teachers, spiritual as well as materialistic teachers and mentors. And then comes your friends. Many times, this particular age, many people say, because of his friend, because of her friend, my child got deviation. I never accept. We are responsible for our own life. So friends can influence, but here, how do you do friendship? Because of your thoughts, you like some people. Because of your ideas, you like some people. You're like-minded. Birds of same group only can flock together. Here, why can't different birds fly in the sky? Because only one type of birds only they fly together. That is what the English saying says. So when you, whatever your inner interest, accordingly you will be maintaining that friendship. But friends are great souls, my dear friends. Either you can influence them or they can influence you. Sometimes it is mutual. Always it is mutual. Anything is mutual. I can learn many things from my sons. I can learn many things from my students. I can learn many things from my parents. I can learn many things from my gurus. Even now, I feel very surprised to see the work of our great Guru Subhash Patrigar. Such an excellent energy. Age is not the criteria. Are you a learning practitioner? If you have that learning capability, then all your spiritual intellect will just take a turn, sudden turn. And it tells you, you are there with your willpower. Because when you have tuned with your intellect of spiritual intellect, then you will understand three things: unconditional love, unconditional giving, unconditional learning. These three always teaches you compassion and admire the beauty of this intelligent universe. And you will be wondering, you just take the body, the creation of the intelligent universe. Can you create one finger on your own? Nobody. That is the power of the creator, that the power of that super self. When you are really with your spiritual intellect, you will be understanding every minute that every aspect is a learning aspect. Then you will get rid of all the unnecessary things from your mind, and you will be focusing on three things: how your habits help you to develop proper routine and proper belief system and proper perception and proper execution of ideas. Day before yesterday, I've seen in newspaper, Modi, our beloved Prime Minister, he said, youth must always remember three things: skill development and reskill development and super skill development. Not only youth, everybody has to remember that. I'm just showing a slide. You remember, you are the creator of your life. Remember, you are the creator of your willpower. Remember, you are the creator of the beauty of this life. When you understand you are responsible, that spiritual intellect is nothing but you're conscious. When you are conscious about your whatever ideas you're taking, whatever ideas you're implementing, whatever food you're taking, whatever books you're reading, whatever work you're doing, it always tells you, yeah, you're doing good, boss. You're not doing good, boss. See, they just like mirror, they tells you whatever we are doing. So here that you tells you one thing, in that you, why you remember Robert Frost poet, I love it. That is Road Not Taken. Excellent poem. All of you just read it once. Here, there will be two paths for anybody before you take the decision, before you take the choices. There will be two paths. One is common, the other one is uncommon. The common path will take those who are, okay, I'm very happy with this. I want food, bed, and my comfort. That is the common path. The other one is uncommon path. It's not the path chosen by everybody. Are you ready to take that path? Then be ready to explore. Here, if you have the spiritual intellect, you will have two qualities: happiness, adventurous nature. Happiness means whatever you do, you enjoy it. Adventurous means whatever you do, you want to explore it. So if you want to listen to your willpower, if you want to carry forward your willpower, you have to listen to many, of course, but you have to listen to your inner self. That is very important, my dear friends. Very important. If you are listening, always see there is a smiley emoji in the center. You will be smiling because you know that whatever you are accepting in your life, whatever you are inviting your life, they are nothing but the consequences of your thoughts, the consequences of your decisions, the consequences of your execution of your ideas. Cause and effect. That is what cause and effect. So what is it actually making us more intense, more enjoyable to take up that willpower into execution? Here, you always remember, again, you have to follow three things. One is taking good habits into your life. Habits always pave way to your life. See, since my childhood, I still love my dad. He is the one, he showed me the world in a very, very beautiful way. Connecting to nature. Early morning, you get up, be with the nature, you enjoy with the nature, you learn lessons from nature. Do exercise. When you do physical activity, you get lot of energy, my dears. And you meditate. And always surround yourself with books. Always read books. And not only reading books, spend time with your family, friends, and with like-minded people. See, for example, if I want to teach so many students, I want to teach so many teachers, I want to tell this meditation to so many parents. What I need to do? First, I have to interact with so many people. I have to understand what is the area I can focus to help them or to help myself. Maybe as a parent, as an individual, as a teacher, as a person, I have to learn so many things. If I'm taking responsibility of learning for the sake of my interest, there will be a lot of difference. See, there is a saying in one ad, small idea changes your life. In the same way, small habits of your life will be the foundations for your life's purpose. So when you're taking your habits, understand, are they helping? For example, if I want to become an athlete, then what I have to do? I have to practice. My muscles have to be always in a very proper condition. So I have to exercise a lot. I have to take proper food. If I take junk food and if I just always sit and watch TV, how can I give exercise to my muscles? It is the same. Whatever your thought, whatever your purpose, better late than never. Take up one task. Take up one task and you give your life for that. I undoubtedly quote Abdul Kalam and Mother Teresa and Subhash Patrisar and even Sachin Tendulkar. I still remember Sachin Tendulkar just before the last day of his performance, he practiced 5 hours. So the next day actually he's going to announce the retirement and that was the last match, but he has given 5 hours practice for that. That is the spirit. Here, when you have, see, where there is a will, there is a way. It's an English proverb, but here there is a lot of common sense in it. When you are interested, you spend time. When you are not interested, you won't spend time. You don't give time. But here, sometimes everything you may not be interested in, but whatever it really helps you to your willpower and to carry the purpose, you can undoubtedly move forward with perseverance. So 3 things, I just sum it up: clarity, commitment, clarity, concentration, and commitment. When you have clarity, when you have concentration, when you focus on your goal, when you really are working for your goal, then with commitment, when you are taking that into execution, your willpower is perfectly working for you. It really shows that miraculous changes in your life. So in this particular thing, try again. See, one small spider just tried so many times. In our childhood, they have studied. It's It's tried so many times and then it could reach to that whatever it is thinking for. So in this journey of any purpose, achievement or anything, I'll tell you, rather than the final result, the destiny, the journey is very enjoyable. If you can make your journey enjoyable, if you enjoy every phase of that learning, if you can really always help yourself to continue the interest of that will. How do you get that will? How do you give power to that will? By providing good food to that will. It comes only with clarity, concentration, and commitment. Always we get clarity by practicing meditation. You get concentration by focusing your attention to whatever you are wishing for and acquiring knowledge for that. And the third one is commitment. Whatever knowledge you acquire, if you use it in your life, if you can execute in your life with commitment, then you are there for your will. You are there for your life. You are there for so many others to give that light. So that is what you are responsible for your life's choices. You are responsible for your life's qualities. You are responsible for your life's whatever progression or whatever achievements you are thinking of. So ultimately, you are the one who is responsible for you, nobody else. So here, when you get success, we attribute to ourselves. But when we are not able to do, we always try to look at others. Instead of looking at the situation and people, if we can focus, we can do wonders for us. We can do wonders. So when you have a goal, for example, when you want to become a musician, you want to play veena, what you will be doing, you will be listening to great musics or great teachers songs or veena or sitar or mridang, whatever. In the same way, your interest area only you have to always focus, and that particular thing helps you to real understanding of willpower. So willpower is nowhere else, it is within us. So the moment you understand the willpower within us, if we use, we can do wonders in our life. But are we ready for that? I know you all are ready. That's the reason we all are with him. So this particular session, I would tell you one thing. Life is not a bed of roses. It is an old saying. Life is always very, very beautiful. See, our heart, ECG, how does it look like, my dears? It always will have curves. If it is a straight line, what does it imply? The same thing. The curves in our life are so beautiful. It's like natural world. Natural world, how the nature is gifted to us. In the same way, it has every beauty in every aspect of learning. If you are sticking to your willpower, enjoy every aspect of that journey. And always, always never give up learning. Learning is the quality one has to always keep intact till the last breath. I am doing it for my life. I am doing it with my beauty of life. I know you are doing it with the same vigor. So I admire the way you all are giving your time for yourself. So I'm very grateful to all of you, and I wish you all the best, my dear friends. And we are here to just carry the spirit, whatever we have. So right time, right way, in a right manner, we just align to your willpower. That's it. The spirit goes on. Now let us meditate. So Ravindra, sir, you please
Yes, madam.
give
Yes,
the
yes.
music so that we'll just I give the guided meditation, I give the affirmations. All of you please follow the affirmations and then slowly you enjoy that meditation. You all are great masters. I really respect your energies. So I want to be with your energies today, my dear masters. Come on, let's explore. Remove your spets and keep your hands this way. Cross your legs and close your eyes. Don't think anything, just focus on your breath. Be with your breath, my dear friends. Focus on your breath. Listen to the music. And tap that potential sound. Be with your breath and feel that energy. And slowly, slowly keep your hands on your eyes. And slowly open your eyes. Very great to meditate with you all. It's really wonderful experience. Now I would like to listen if anybody has any doubt or sharing or anything. Please, you can.
Masters, please raise your hand. We will unmute you. Whoever would like to speak to Madam and share your experience or ask a question.
You can ask or you can share. I'm ready to really listen from you all. Because sharing is always not one way, it is always mutual. Come on, Saurabh, Uday, Diksha, and Aruna ma'am, Dilip Shinde garu. You all can just voice out.
Yes, ma'am. Good morning, ma'am. Like last season, I spoke with you, and this season, successfully, I've become a volunteer and managing many things, and also with the team and everything. So all the inspiration and everything, the willpower has come true this season. So, this is what I want to tell, and I want to give opportunity to others, other members, because as I'm a volunteer this time.
Great to listen from you, Diksha. How
Yeah.
wonderful that you are doing so many works. Very good, very good. Keep it up.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yes, silence is the best music, I know, my dears. But now I want to listen to the real music of words from you all. Shinde garu, you can express your opinion or your ideas. You are I am observing you from the beginning. Since the beginning, you are very attentively just listening to what I'm saying. I'm honored. Please, can you just share, or Uday or Saurabh?
Unmute yourself, sir. Dilip, sir.
Good morning.
Hello. Good morning. The session was very good. I enjoy. Madam, how to increase willpower? Actually?
To increase willpower, that's what I said, sir. Increase willpower means first we should have clarity on what to do. If you are ready to do something, to that you have to give that will.
Right.
So when you are, that's why I said inculcate good habits. Habits means we always think like only as getting up early and all. It is not that. Like your, for example, your willpower, you have a will come, you are adding power to your will, sir. I think I am clear. Your will is, for example, to teach 500 teachers or 500 students some meditation. I'm just, whatever I know, I'm just faking. Just you understand in your, whatever your need, because the need and the priority changes from individual to individual. So if you want to teach somebody, first you should understand, you have to get that knowledge for yourself. So every day you have to spend some time for meditation, you have to read books, and you have to think that, see, today when I am attending the session, I visualized some youth, some of the children, they ask some questions which may help others to just understand the concept better. So when I question, as a, for example, see, as an individual, when I'm saying something, immediately when I'm ready for this session, I visualize myself as a youth icon, like a person, a youthful person, and what am I going to ask me, the resource person or the person, the guest speaker. So the questions also I visualized so that I can be ready with answers for that. It's giving one example for this session, that willpower means whatever work, you know, for example, you want to plant some plants in your area. So you're planting and somebody is always taking away those plants. So your willpower assign you one thing. You will talk to the neighborhood people and you tell them we are planting and it is for the betterment of the society and for the betterment of our street. So all of us keep an eye that it shouldn't be distracted or disturbed anyway. So I'm giving two examples. You understood, sir?
Yes, sir.
So
Thank you.
whatever, but one thing, whatever you want to get that energy, you have to energize with that particular knowledge by giving right food to that.
Acha.
For that, always accompanying like-minded people and reading like-minded energy books and like-minded learning always helps you to sustain that willpower. Everybody will have, undoubtedly, everybody will have willpower, sir. But that willpower will long last for many or few. It will sustain only for a short time for some people. So if it is for short term, it will not work anyway for anybody, even for us. For example, if I want to dance, I have to learn Kuchipudi. Then I have to practice day and night. 20 years of practice sometimes will lead to a great performance. 20 days of rigorous practice sometimes can lead to a great performance. But quality, it's very important, quality rather than quantity. Whatever you want to cook, keep ready everything. We do that. If we want to cook, we keep everything ready. If I want to prepare that, for example, fried rice, I have to keep ready vegetables, rice, oil, stove, everything. If I keep everything ready, if my stove is not there, I can't cook. Simple example. It is the same. If I want to teach somebody, first I have to teach myself. I have to acquire knowledge. So anything, any task you take, willpower is an ambiguity. Actually, willpower for youth, especially their career-wise, they have that strong intents. As this session is meant for youth, I would like to focus on it. See, because of this lockdown, many people, they may lose jobs or they may lose some opportunities. But here, instead of thinking why I got this, why I lost my job, or why I'm not getting anything in my life, if you think I can make use of this time for betterment of my skill, for betterment of my knowledge. And if the person who lost job, if he's speaking to other people and motivating them to just be energetic and we can do good, that is also willpower. We cannot confine willpower to one learning, sir. Willpower is in many areas you can focus. So when you are focusing in many areas, you will get different answers. So some people, they want to be very healthy. For them, the willpower always tells them, You be disciplined in your life, in whatever you are eating, whatever you are giving your brain, because most of the problems, health problems, comes from thought processes and our perception. So whatever you are really taking in, I'm very clearly saying, whatever you are taking in, whatever you are absorbing, that sustains the willpower of yours. I think I'm clear, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you, ma'am.
Hi, ma'am. Good morning, ma'am.
Saurabh. Yeah, Saurabh.
Yeah. Morning, ma'am. Good morning, ma'am. Ma'am, today's session was, very good. Learned a lot about habits and great, clarity, concentration, and commitment you have mentioned, ma'am. It was really helpful. And my only question would be, ma'am, it would be like, so for a student, like this session is particularly focused towards youth and students only. So for a student who is, say, preparing for a competitive exam, say like PSC, so if he is like getting repeatedly like failure in that exam, how will he sustain his like willpower? Because he'll be depressed based on his results and all. So that would be my question, ma'am.
Very good question. I thank you for this, Saurabh. Really, I'm
Thank you,
waiting
ma'am.
for this question, to be frank.
Yeah, ma'am.
Because present scenario, I am seeing in and around my area, many people, they have the same problem. Because if human nature is that for every success, they feel very happy, that every failure, they take it personally, and they just will not open up their mind or energies to any of the works. They lose interest in life. But I'll tell you one thing. Any failure, there is a saying in English, but spiritually, we don't accept that, really. Failure is the stepping stone. But here in spiritual way, we always say failure, we don't use the word. We say learning experience. A tough learning experience. A learning experience will teach us, it teaches us to be more analytical towards us. Why do you fail something? Why do you miserably not able to do something? Because your preparation is not as per the need of that challenge. You understood? Maybe I'm reading a book. I'm reading now, You're the Placebo, or like for example, now I'm reading Lobsang Rampa's Third Eye. Any book if I read, I can read randomly. But if I'm going to write an exam on it, my preparation would be different. Because when I'm preparing for my exam, I don't think of knowledge. I'm thinking how I can score. Most of our examination, and I'll tell you, as I'm a teacher, I know most of our schooling or education, college, or anyway, I'm not criticizingly saying it, we are focusing on marks. But here, for example, if I learn the content, if I understood the knowledge, but here understanding is different. But as per the need of that examination, if you are able to give, for example, if they asked you something to elaborately write in 5 points in a competitive exams like any other exams, if you are writing for 5 points, you are writing 50 points, does it serve the purpose? It means you are not understanding the procedure of that examination. So my sincere advice to all the youth, those who are preparing for exams or any competitive exams or anything, first thing, the failure will not allow you to listen to good things, to be frank. Because everybody will say, why to listen? People, they try to say, your parents, your teachers, everybody, your friends, they try to say something. So you become very fatigued and you become very neutral to such sayings. You will not be in a receiving mode. But at least, first thing, you open up mind. Anybody will say something, but whatever it is good out of it, if you can take it. Anything you can lose, but not your confidence, Saurabh. If you are losing your confidence, you lose the skill, you lose your knowledge, you lose your interest, and you lose your basic purpose of your life. So if you sustain your interest, you will understand what best you can do for yourself. For this, self-check is very important. Self-check is very important. You have to analyze why. I always tell, I think many of you might have read Sudha Murthy's book, How I Taught My Grandmother to Read and Write. In that book, she tells one thing. toppers means they are not only the grade wise they will be identified. It's not that. The person who is very sincere, who is very disciplined, who gives time for himself will be the topper. Undoubtedly, you can accept this. So everybody cannot be toppers like we may say, but you have to know what you have to do for yourself. For example, if you want to, like a mother, if I want to feed you, you will take, I may ask you to take one plate full of some dish, but you can have only a bowl full of fruits. So you will accept that only bowl full and the rest you will reject it. Everybody, we know their needs and we have to know our capabilities. So knowing strength is very good. At the same time, you should know where the water is leaking. You should know your weaknesses. The moment you understand your weakness, you will strengthen yourself, and then you will always see you need not be with anybody. You can be with the same minded people who are preparing for the exams. See, I wrote civils and all, I was actually prepared, and because of some personal reasons, I couldn't really take it forward, but I still advise many of those people, those who are preparing for civils and groups and all, I guide them. I tell one thing, never ever prepare for marks. Learn it for the sake of knowledge. Enjoy that. See, like I did M.Ed. When I was working, when I got married, at the age of 48, I did my M.Ed. And I was topper, but I didn't focus 24 hours. Morning to evening, I was like a daily chores I did as a housewife and school teacher. And all my, usually I was taking up 9th and 10th. So guiding and towards the board exams is a tough task. And other than that, coordinator, many other works. But all I could manage, and night I used to really spend 2 to 3 hours for my M.Ed preparation. That helped me because my knowledge interest helped me to just stay awake and do extra work for what I'm interested for. Anything you do, my dear Saurabh, do it with interest, give commitment, and be sincere to yourself. Be sincere to yourself because you are the one, you know better yourself, you know the things where to be corrected. Yeah. And many a times everybody say, I did a wonderful job, but even then the manager is not looking at my skill. I'll tell one example. You don't look at manager. You look at yourself. You be the manager. You be in that position. You enjoy that work. Take ownership. Never work like a employee in any organization or any area. Work like an owner. Owner means you take responsibility. The moment you take responsibility, everybody, they respect your knowledge, they respect your work, because there you are not looking for any awards or rewards. You are working for yourself. I did it in my life. That's where I enjoyed my work. So it is the same. You all are more energetic. And I'll tell you, you have lots of skills. I very sincerely agree. You have many more skills than what we have. We used to study only from like books and libraries and all. But now you can click a button, you can read anything. But reading is different from implementation. So one book, if I read 10 times, I get 10 many ideas. Every time, as per the mood, as per my idea, my knowledge changes. That is where we have to really look at. Yeah. So never ever take that failure. Please, my suggestion is, I quit my job and took up this spiritual facilitator as my life purpose because of that reason. Because I've seen many cases when they lose something in their life, they just give up everything. But one thing, life is not about winning. Life is about enjoying it. The moment you start enjoying, you do best to yourself. When you are doing best to yourself, you can do best for others.
Yeah.
Any help, please, Ravindra sir, you please give my number. In my sessions, when I was in sessions, I don't respond. Otherwise, I'm there for you all at any time. Okay.
Hi, madam. Good morning.
Thank you, ma'am.
Good morning. Thank you, Saurabh. Very good question, Saurabh. Very useful question.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you for the person. Yeah. Nimesh.
Yeah, hi, madam. Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay.
Madam, I have one question.
Yeah, please.
How to avoid laziness? Because, for example, if in morning we want to keep the alarm for 4 o'clock, we want to wake up, but after we at 4 o'clock we switch off the mobile and we'll sleep again, like
That's
that.
I'll
How
tell
to
you.
avoid this? And also, just now you told we have short-term willpower and long-term willpower. How to avoid this short-term willpower? Because at that time, if you join any course like that, first 1 week attend is very much interested. After that, it is very boring. How to avoid that thing and improve willpower also? Improve willpower, and because we are thinking and also I have another. We are think right our because of our relatives and some people we will decrease our willpower because it will take some time to increase our productivity.
I understood, sir, your question. 3 questions. First question is getting up early in the morning. Okay.
Laziness. How to avoid laziness?
Yeah, laziness, and you have given with that, getting up with that. Laziness always comes with that feeling of we have done so much. The moment you feel you have done so much, you're done forever. You're done forever, whoever it may be. The moment, that's why I tell regularly in my sessions, or even I practice, every moment I enjoy, because I keep some new task to me and I be a child and youth forever that way. The new task always makes us feel very exciting to learn more. But new task again, if you are not taking as per your interest area, it makes you dump at somewhere. And you have given one example. Everybody wants to get up early in the morning. And luckily, our Patris are told ATM, anytime meditation. Our Guru is very, very, very simple Guru and very, very affectionate Guru. But he tells me, always he tells us, not me or everybody, why do he encourages that morning meditations in all the spiritual sessions? Did you understand? That's the best time for tapping the energies. We all know. When you do your work, many people say, I can't work in the morning. Oh, dude, I'll work in the night. Okay, do it. Whenever you like, you do it. But you remember, in the morning, you don't have any other feelings other than that particular work. You can 100% give your energies to that work. But at night, you will be always dumped with so many daily chores and others, ideas and all. You'll be fatigued. So you will not have your purity idea of work or anything. You will not have that. And getting up early is like I always tell, anything. When you are paying for it, you will give value, my dears. For example, if you take a ticket for flight at 2 o'clock, the flight, you'll get up at 11 o'clock and you be ready and you go to airport at 12 o'clock. You'll be there before 2 hours means exactly 10 o'clock itself you start. 4 o'clock your flight means you will be getting around 2 o'clock and you go there and you wait there at 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in that airport. When you pay money, you give value. But many times we take it for granted. Be it your mother's advice, be it your father's advice, be it your mentor's advice, be it your boss's advice, or be it your own advice. I can do. The take it easy policy comes when you accept that and you just treat it as take it for granted. The moment you attribute, that's why I told yesterday also to one person who was discussing with me, I always tell, this is my first, whenever I'm attending, see, since almost it is my 20 years journey in these sessions and all. This 20 years, every day when I'm taking a session, I feel I'm a fresher, I'm going for the first time. You know, many books, I write concepts. Though I know the concept very well, I try to put it as per the need of that particular hour. Every time when I write, I find so many new points. So everything when I'm doing, I feel it is the first time I'm doing, so that I give all my energies to it. And at the same time, I follow one more thing in my life, that is, this is my last day. So I have to finish the chore, whatever I am intended today. That helps me to finish the anything you are asking in between. One more thing, everybody, we start and we stop in between. But remember, anything when you start, you'll have great energy. But that starting, if it is not giving the result as you are expecting, your interest area will come down. That's why to sustain that interest always for a prolonged aim, whatever you're keeping, keep short-term goals. And Benjamin Franklin rightly says 13 principles he has taken, one principle at a time he practiced and he excelled and he stick to that principle. See, whatever you know, it doesn't help you, my dear. Whatever you practice, it helps you. So especially whatever you are learning, implement it. Short term, for example, today, if I want to play Veena, I have to first learn Saraliswaral, basics. So if I practiced it well, I get interest to proceed to next lesson. If I don't practice it, I don't have interest, I lose interest in it. So small successes, intermittent successes, they will help you to sustain your energies. So never ever see, I just finished the work, I can teach the world, we can say. But again, you just qualitative analysis when you are doing, within 1 month, I will teach 500 people. I will teach one day, one person. One day, one person you can easily. So 1% work always you do for your 100% output. You understood? So slowly when you are enjoying the success, one day, one person is very easy. Or one day, one page of learning. And from that one page, I take 1 point and I start implementing that. And when I am enjoying it, automatically it gives me motivation to go to the next step. There are many games, you all know. One moment, if you finish one step only, you'll go to next step. Otherwise, you will not. The moment you fail, automatically you feel like you have to finish that and have to go to the next. It gives you a challenge. The same, my dear friends. Small task you take up, you divide the bigger task, whatever you are planning for, whatever you are aiming for, into simpler bits. So you know, most of them, they don't read big books. Oh, such a big book. This book I can't read, they say that. That's why I tell them, don't think of the book. Take 5 pages a day. And anybody, even I do that. Every day I keep a reflective, I don't refer any motivational books. I have my own motivational books. Every concept I present differently in my own words. Summing up and contenting in your own words, in your own ideas, helps you to realize your potential. That takes your willpower progressively. See, if you want to climb the mountain, can you climb from the first step to last step at a stretch? No. You have to climb only one step ahead. That one step will take you to that last step. But every day, one step, every time one step, if you jump 10 steps, there may be a chance of falling or breaking your leg. But one step will confidently takes you to the final step. That one step is nothing but 1% of your effort in your work. That makes you feel, okay, I can do this. Any work, when you get some good result, you know, you will enjoy it, my dears. When you don't get that result as per your expectation, you will get depressed. Never ever get depressed. Then when I'm not getting the outcome, whatever we are thinking about, means you are not giving the input properly. The input should be given properly. I always analyze, my self-check is always how I can improve, how I can really enjoy myself in a better way. When I teach many people, that gives me immense energy. When I read book, that gives me immense energy. Not only reading and teaching, give your time, be silent, enjoy the beauty, have a coffee sip, observing the nightingale's voice. Listen to the beautiful gurgling waters. We keep in computer and we keep all the sounds. Why can't we listen to the nature's beautiful music? It soothes us, our mind and heart, and makes us close to the nature, and it teaches us. When I see sunrise, I always see I have to get up before my son, my dad. Sun always comes. Before that, if you get up and you be there and you enjoy that orange color warmth, Why to take all the vitamin tablets? Enjoy the nature. All vitamins are there in nature. All energies are there in your body. Are you tapping it? When you switch on the light, only the bulb lights. In the same way, we have to tap our energies. That's it. I hope
Dr.
I'm clear.
Madam, yeah, I have one more doubt, madam. How
Yeah.
to use time productively?
How to use time productively. See, you are, I think Nimesh sir only, I think he's asking. Yeah. So I'll tell you, laziness and time, productivity of time. Time. If I use 100 rupees, I can earn. If I lose 1 hour time, I cannot get. Time and tide wait for none. Once you lose time, you never get it. If you value time, you will make use of the time in the proper way. You will make use of it, the time in the proper way. And I never say I don't have time for anything, because the time and work always teaches us how to manage our things, how to prioritize our things, how to reschedule yours. So that is where you lose your laziness. Laziness comes when you feel, okay, I'm good. I have something to eat. I have something to sleep. I'm in my house. That's fine. So that brings laziness. The moment you think, okay, there is other purpose of my life, I have to do something. Every day you take, this is an excellent practice, everybody. Every day you plan something which you cannot do, and do it. Swami Vivekananda said, you keep something before whatever you like the most, don't eat for 5 minutes. You see how you can develop your patience level. It helps you to rewire your brain cells. You know, meditation helps us to get away from this laziness. Those who are meditating, they never say that we are feeling lazy for that. So meditation always makes us understand what we are supposed to do and how we can make use of anything, be it time, money, energy, people, anything. When you meditate, you will excel in all these areas. I can vouch for it. I can write and give you. You can be good with relationships. See, I have a very extended family throughout world. But how, my friends ask me, how do you maintain, Suji, so well the relation? I don't maintain regular relation, but the moment they need, I'm there for them. The moment they need the love, I'm there for them. So every day you need not be with everybody, but the need of the hour, when you are there you are. You will understand relations, you'll understand the time, and you see, we have so many things for us to do. Take up one task. I know one person at the age of my friend's husband, at the age of 59, he started learning violin and he excelled it. I told him, within 30 days, can you play? And I know a kid, within 40, this lockdown, I'm taking sessions for kids. So the child, I told, you have to learn something. Within 1 week, he started playing flute in my session. Within 1 week. This is reality. Miraculous things, they don't just be in the sky. They are with us. We have to just open it up. You have to latch it out. They are there for us. So laziness always will be a trait for those who eat irregularly, or those who tend to postpone, and those who are not practicing meditation or physical exercise. So if you have good physical exercise and good meditation practice and good intake of food, good reading of books, and good presence with like-minded people, you will not give chance to laziness. Automatically, the universe pose some or the other task to you so that you will be always be. It keeps you busy. The intelligent universe knows the plan of our life better. You surrender it and you accept and do it. That's it.
Thank you, madam.
All.
Madam,
Now we have
Ma'am,
Suresh.
Suresh, yeah,
this is Suresh.
I am you can unmute yourself, Suresh.
Uday is
Yeah,
also. And,
ma'am, this is Suresh.
yeah,
Are you
Suresh?
able to hear, ma'am?
Yeah, of course, Suresh. But I would like to see your face, my dear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now?
Yeah. Tell
Video
me.
is
Yeah.
Staying.
Vardhan
Yeah.
or Suresh? Where are you, Suresh?
Suresh is here, madam.
Okay.
Now you can see in the screen.
Suresh.
Okay. Suresh,
Yeah,
tell me.
yeah, ma'am. Our friends, so what they asking questions, there is reaching to me. And I have got a answers. Like I can't able to speak more. Means I want to express more, but I can't to speak more. So even my morning sessions also for avoiding this laziness, we are form a group, WhatsApp group. We are have posting what we are doing activity, and what time we are wake up. We are have uh, for the group inspiration. We are maintaining the group. Uh, so
So what's your doubt? You are not able to communicate well. That's your
yeah,
doubt.
yes, exactly, ma'am. And also in morning we are I am started giving session to the our friends.
Very good.
So at the time I am unable to
Suresh, if you don't mind, can you increase your volume? You're not audible. I'm sorry about it.
sorry, having some headset problem.
Okay, okay. But okay, okay. Continue.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I'm unable to express, means I'm unable to give the session properly. So how to want to a session effectively, how to improve my communication skills, speaking skills, like
Here, for the communication skills, there are two problems. One is language problem. The one is expression problem. If you can say you have any problem with language, Suresh?
yeah, no, I do. Means even Telugu also I can't able to speak properly. I have like inferiority and fear. Someone will be feel a different way or
I
something like that.
understood. I
Yeah,
understood. Yeah. I'll tell you. It is means the session is in Telugu, but even then you are not able to explain.
correct, ma'am.
Yeah, I think this one and earlier also that Nimesh sir, he asked one more thing. We always feel conscious what others think about us if we say it. The main problem for not able to communicate, if it is not a language, many areas, in case if it is other ways, language means language you have to develop. That language developing skill is by listening more to the that particular language, whatever language you learn. That is one thing. Second one, in your local language, in your mother tongue also, you're finding it difficult. It means you're basically an introvert. So introvert doesn't mean bad. Introvert means they feel good, but at the same time, they're not very expressive. Because of their childhood experiences or their own experiences, they feel hesitant. If I speak, what others will think. So most of the time, that conscious feeling about society and others, as he said rightly, when you do something, your friends or your family may sometimes may encourage you or discourage you. But one thing, when you are confident, when you are confident, when you have knowledge, knowledge means I'm not saying bundles of concepts. It is not that. The practical common sense, when we use at addressing the problems of others, when they are asking you, then you tell them with confidence. If you don't know the answer, or if you know the answer, but you may think that, for example, many a times, if you want to tell, be a vegetarian, what others think, the vegetarian means they have their own interest. Why should we tell that? Many people, they say that. But here, one thing you remember, truth. I want to tell that point nicely, you reminded. Any effort, any word, any work first must be truth and honest. It must have that honesty and truthfulness. Any truth without hesitation you can tell, but with a soft and very loving voice. If you tell them whatever it is really, see, they don't want the niceties from you when they are asking some doubt. They want the right answer. You should able to give the right answer to them, but here you should adhere for like agreements. All of you know, one is our speech must be pure. It shouldn't have any biased statement. Second thing, anything you should not take personal. And third thing, you should never ever get carried away by others' influence. And fourth thing, identify your energy and accordingly you speak. When you know, for example, when I am supposed to tell that you have to do this, when somebody comes, I can't do this. See, the choice is yours. I am telling you this is right. It's up to you, ma'am. It's up to you. I tell them without any hesitation, but in a soft voice, in a very stern voice, I tell them. Because whatever is right for you, it may not be right for them until unless they acquire that experience. People learn out of their own experience. But when they come in touch with you, when they are asking, without any hesitation, but here you should remember your words, the way you are uttering. Are they knowledgeable? Are they truthful? Are they helping them? That's it. It's not to show our knowledge. It should help them. Then you will be very confident. Confidence comes with practice and purity. When you are truthful, you never hesitate for anything. If I'm traveling, if somebody travels by just talking on phone, I immediately stop my vehicle. I ask my husband to stop and I tell them, hey, please, Babu, please don't talk while driving. You just go and stop somewhere. And many times, many people, when I go to this spiritual work, my friends say, why do you bother about others? Of course, why not? It's my duty to tell them. I'm not bugging them, but I'm telling them what is right. It is up to them whether they listen or not, but whatever we are supposed to do, we are supposed to do. That is what our Patris are always tell us. Whatever you know, you teach them. But before teaching, you practice them. When you practice, you believe in them, you always get that knowledge of that hands-on experience. That helps you. So when you meditate, you lose that fear of speech. Meditation gives you confidence. Reading books gives you knowledge. And interaction of people gives you that social awareness. You will not feel about others. You will feel for the goodness of others. You will not take the see, whatever it is, whatever we want, we have to take that. Why do bother about all unnecessary things? That person is very arrogant. We shouldn't judge. We shouldn't discriminate. We shouldn't talk personally. What is to be given, you have to give. This is very helpful in our professional life as well. Rather, making you introvert, it helps you to be more expressive. It gives you satisfaction. Yes.
Ma'am, I have one last question. My friend had to leave, so she told me to ask this question. Later, she would listen to the replay on the YouTube. And firstly, I want to thank you, ma'am. Like more than your time, we have extended and patiently you are addressing all Q&As one after the another very patiently. Thank you for your time and effort. One last thing from my end. I am a year experienced. I was not that good in education during my school days, but somehow I pulled up in my college days and got a very decent rank. But once I joined the office, my environment was not good and somehow managed till 10 months or till 1 year. But I left the company because I wanted to get more exposure. But the drastic thing happens is once I left that company, I saw, I have faced back to back 4 firings from all the companies. And now I'm again working for the company, but I'm scared because I think I may, my boss may fire even in this company. Can you help me or can you guide me how to build my willpower in this situation?
Very, very genuine actually. What's her name? I don't know. But I appreciate
Suma.
I appreciate Suma for her great expressing thoughts. Very genuinely, she opened it up. I'm very happy for her and I really appreciate for that. Here, one thing you remember, marks never measure the skill of a person. Marks never measure. I know those who score good marks, they may not have the skill to cope up with the environment or with people of the family or anything. So marks are not the criteria. But at the same time, when you realize you are good at something, when you work on that, and when you really get the base, and she entered, somehow she got everything and she entered some career, there she is not able to cope up with the environment of that particular office or the person. You know, we'll have always, we call them as gurus, the situation or the person. There will be 99 people, like 99%, they'll be very friendly with you, but one person or one situation will be always giving you some troubleshooting. We don't enjoy this 99%, we'll be thinking that 1% or 1%. Everybody is good except that boss. We tell that. But instead of looking at that, if you can enjoy this, and there also, if somebody, never blame anybody or any situation. That's my humble request to all the great ignited minds. Never blame anybody or any situation. Take responsibility. The moment, you know, if you believe in your thought system, your thought process, you can really send the thought of that love and affection towards them. Physically, you may not change, but this works very well with your life. The moment you stop, here, see, whatever you know, that whatever energy you give, that comes back again into your life. You all know that. So most of the time, we don't encourage the good situation, good thing. We'll be worried and brooming around the one situation which is troubling or one person who is troubling. And we always tell that person, that person, that person. We give more energy to that. Rather giving focus to that, if you focus on the situation where you are really working well with them, and at the same time send a positive vibration, he is my guru or she is my guru, I am accepting and surrendering. At the same time, I'm sending my loving energy towards them. And I will work and I learn. See, sometimes you find fault with somebody or some situation means somewhere that quality is within us. That comes in that form. So the moment you understand, I have to correct. Some people, they talk very rashly. Oh, that person, he speaks very rashly with others, very, very dominant, very bossy. Then you understand that character somewhere we'll have it in ourselves. The moment you correct your correction, there you find that correction in the universe as well. It may look very imaginary or illusionary, but it is reality. Because one thing, you can never change others, but you can change yourself. If you change yourself as per the need of the situation, then you will enjoy. And when the moment you work for the sake of work, remember, work for the sake of work for the sake of satisfaction, work for the sake of energy, then always you will be focusing on work, not the person. Anybody, everybody is good, my dear friends. The moment you are giving your sincere efforts, nobody will feel jealous. Nobody will feel ill about it. You know, in this world, everybody, they work with competition. Rather, they work with coordination. If they work with coordination, they can do excellent in their life. If you are doing for the competitiveness, like I should excel that person, I should get more salary than that person, why should you compare with somebody? Rather, compare with yourself. I always feel that, and I always follow it in my life. Nobody is a competitor for me. How I was yesterday, how I am today, how I am learning today, that helps me tomorrow, how I will be. For me, I am the main competitor for myself. I never feel competition for any of the things. Anything, I take it with cool mind. That never make me feel tense or tension or competition or rivalry on anything or anybody. The moment you are not feeling rivalry, the moment you are enjoying it, you will find that person attitude changes. So, my dear Suma, I'll tell you one thing, never ever feel scared of any situation. You are doing meditation, that helps you. Even Manasa here, she kept, I've been meditating a lot, but heat is created. Can you please tell me? Heat never be created by meditation. Energy will be taken in. So maybe you have, okay, by typing, I think you used it. At the same time, how I can willpower and meditation, how can willpower and meditation help? I am having high fever and rashes. Okay. So high fever and rashes, this is because of some physical reason. So whatever it may be, your immune system works wonderfully when you have that fearless state of mind, when you really enjoy each and every state of act, whether you are eating or drinking. When you are eating, for example, if you think that it may cause something, somebody might have didn't wash it properly, I got that virus in it. Don't think all that. Be free. And you just give the thought, I'm eating it like a prasad, it gives me good strength. In the same way, I'm working. Nobody can really demotivate me as long as I have my divine spirit within me. That's why always to get that courage, one should have proper practice. If you are not comfortable with the situation, if you are not comfortable, you just keep your eyes closed, maintain silence, and send that vibration. I am really learning from that person. So nobody is a competitor. We all are working. You know, you can enjoy the bliss when you are in good terms with your colleagues. You know, it's a wonderful journey. You will enjoy it. Actually at home you spend less time. At office you spend more time. In school I enjoyed it. 20 years I enjoyed, and really I didn't feel like coming back but when I come back home, I enjoyed my stay at home. So wherever you are, you enjoy that state. At home, if I think of school, at school when I think of home, it is miserable. That is what happens regularly for most of them. So give importance to wherever you are, and you respect that institute. Show gratitude, my dear friends. Show gratitude. I'll tell you, even if you just lose your job or fired off, you show gratitude because that has given you the base for your thoughts and for your knowledge. See, education or the skill and your communication skills or your knack of interaction with people, these all are secondary. The first thing is honesty and truthfulness and genuinity. If you are cling to that, the meditator, those who are meditating regularly, they first cling to that. That's how wherever they go, they don't blame situation. They take responsibility and they move forward. I think I'm clear, Suma and even Manasa. And for fever and all, drink plenty of water, lukewarm water with some tulsi or something, and meditate, listen to good music, and just relax. Maybe your body needs some rest. So rashes and all, when you feel conscious anything, the skin gives up as rashes. So please feel good about your body and show gratitude to your body for giving this opportunity to enjoy the universe experiences. And then with that gratitude, you just relaxedly, you take rest for some time, you will get rid of it. Drink plenty of water. Water is always a good soothing agent for removal of negativity. That's all. Anybody else? Uday, I think Uday, since long time I have seen his hand. Where is Uday? Okay.
Good morning, ma'am.
Uday, please tell me.
Yeah, there was a question, ma'am. What is the key factor in willpower success? As a student, we are facing a lot of fears, like lack of technical knowledge and communication skills. How to overcome with the willpower?
Yeah, I think Ravindra, give 1-day session to me. We enjoy. Okay, I'll tell you first for this. Okay, I'm just kidding. 1 hour or 24 hours doesn't make difference for us. Okay, I'll tell you, Uday. Very good question, Uday. Very common, simple, but basic question. Many people, they have the same doubt. See, I worked for ICSE, very reputed schools and very good stream of children and all. But in my class, I was actually the teacher of 9th and 10th. I was teaching for 9th and 10th. I'll tell you this example and I'll come back to your point. So I told them, I was the class teacher. I'll show you at some time my gift from my children when I left the organization. I'll tell you, I told them one thing. They all love me so much. Whatever I say, without any hesitation, they do it. They believe me so humbly and they accept me like their parent. But I told them, is for the 10th board exams, they get tension. So failures always, parent teacher meet, the parents will be called and they'll be asked so many things. Then I told them after the first term, I'm not thinking of marks. I'm thinking of your emotional pressure and your parents' emotional pressure on your performance. Don't think of anything. Just think one thing. I don't want to see any red mark in my report card. And as a mother, as a teacher of you all, I would like to see you. And that's the real gift for me, for this particular year. I can say proudly, they are my children. They gave me that gift. My section is the only section without any red mark in the report card. Rest 3 terms we could finish. I don't attribute it to me. I attribute it to my children. They're so great. When I said something humbly, they listened to me. So when you're saying, when you're not able to do justice to yourself, you feel that guilty feeling in you. And most of the time, problem comes with communication skills, especially the local regional language we studied in mother tongue, like, Kannada, Tamil, or Telugu, or whatever. But if you want to learn any language, you listen to it. You listen to it. And even if you are master in that language, for example, Telugu, we all know as a mother tongue, but when you read articles, don't read news continuously 4 or 5 papers, please. I read only the spiritual content and the youth paper only. I don't read all other regular articles. Because, and sports page, because I want to always in tune with my youthful children. I have to have some idea of what they are enjoying. So when you are learning, when you are reading, you will understand for one word, same way you can express with different words that we call thesaurus in English. Use language tools. Listen and write every day. Journal writing, I suggest for everybody. When you write it's not like I got up, I brushed my teeth and all. It's not that. Write one day, how do you feel your day? It's very exciting. I learned, I've taken a task. It's helpful for me. You explain it in your own words. Small 4 lines, 5 lines, slowly increase. It helps you to develop your vocabulary. The moment you understand, see, it is not the language. If you understand your grandmother, who may not be good in English, when they travel to US, they communicate well with the air hostess and all. Language is not the barrier. Your expression, as long as you are sincere in your expression, your feeling, your communication. Communication is always 2 ways, verbal and non-verbal. You can keep a person with your eyesight by looking at them very angrily, which really cannot do. And you can show your love with your eyes, with a small gesture, you can call. So communication is, there are so many techniques. The linguistic skills are very important when you are in the profession where you have to interact with people. I'm very good, but I don't know how to express. Many people, they say, without expression, if you are doing any work, means it's like the food from your mother's hand, the food from potter. I can say that. You know the difference. I need not explain. So communication skills always comes with your interest and willpower. How do we develop willpower? You develop interest. As per your interest, you set a goal. As per your goal, you change your habits. You change your habits. Always rewiring of program we call in quantum physics. Change your belief system and never think, I am like this. Many people say, I'm not like this. And sometimes elders also, they add something to my child. He's not a person. He cannot speak. No, don't consider. Take good thing from anything, my dear. Take the negative comment as a positive and change your life. It changes your life. So the belief system, when you change, I can be like, see, always when you change, when you add new thing, I like only red color. If I wear only red, I can't look good all the time. If I use all colors, I look good. and feel that I'm beautiful, because here not the beauty, not the outward, it is the inward. The moment you get the knowledge of the inward beauty, you feel confident. Your dress sense, your way of talking, your way of interaction, your way of using words, they show your life. They show your life. That's it. We need not be harsh to others, my dears. Tell me, I'll tell you very sincerely. If you want to tell them first, you should have that first-hand knowledge, you should have that patience, you should have that consideration for your will. For example, your will is a baby for you. Take care of the baby with love and care. Shouldn't drop it to break. You have to continue the love and care to grow like a plant. How a small seed transforms into a big tree which gives many seeds in turn to the universe. That's it. That's it. I hope I'm clear. I elaboratedly explained, but I hope I'm clear.
Thank you, ma'am.
Welcome. So, anything else?
Yes, madam. I think it's already 11 o'clock.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for your valuable time for 2 hours being with us, answering to many of the questions, which is helping a lot. So your topic is excellent, and the way you answer to the questions, it satisfied all of us. Thank you very much, madam, for your wonderful time and as well as knowledge.
Thank you,
madam.
Ravindra and Soul Trends platform, and those who have given the music support, I think for them, and even all the other participants, those who participated in this session. I'm very, very thankful, and I really respect you all. And please carry the spirit and spread the love and knowledge to wherever you go, and have that confidence in your life so that you can have your life in a way you are wishing for. I wish you all the best. Thank you.
Thank you, madam. Thank you.